And Bosh, good evening.
You haven't got this wrong. This is not the Great British Bake Off.
That was last night, wasn't it?
What? Was it last night?
Yeah, I watched it, yeah.
I tried to start it out there, that I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I did. It is what it is.
It's on record.
It is what it is. Serious Link, we're in. Oh, brilliant. Right, this is the preview show. We're not on the move.
No, we're definitely stationary. We are going to try and bake a cake. I would say it's from scratch, but this lady called Betty Crocker came around earlier on.
She sorted you right out. Right, let's go. Oh, boom, first time.
First time, baby. Yeah.
I love the end of that. It's quality. Right, yes, good evening.
So yes, we are baking.
We are baking a cake for someone's birthday, which is coming up quite soon.
So Claire's birthday is Friday. She does know I'm baking this, so she's not sat there at the meal. She's out going, what is this lad doing?
Well, she probably is saying that, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
But yes, it is her birthday this week.
Yep.
So we're baking her a cake, and we've got everything we need, I think.
Well, actually, I went to the shop, bought everything, and then texted Simon and said, I forgot the oil.
But that's okay. When I did get the text, I was like, oil? Some kind of special cake we're making here. But Betty has assured me, the back of the box does say she requires oil, so it's
here's one I prepared.
It's one that she prepared many times. And Betty Crocker, she's not going to disappoint us, I'm sure. So first of all, let's talk about what we've been releasing this week.
Yep.
Most importantly, before we get started, bring in the beer. Because whenever men cook, I don't know about... Well, actually, you had a glass of wine on the go when I got here. Well, so yeah. I always cook with alcohol, or, if I can, alcohol. Otherwise, it would just be...
Well, it's not going to be as eventful.
Not going to be as eventful. Well, it's saying on my screen that the output is low. Yeah, so we might maybe just slide on in here and see if we can reduce a bit of... No, I don't think it'll let me do that. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. It's not one of those things where if you guys are a bit behind that it's going to matter. Other than
you're not going to get some cake at the right time.
Someone's not going to get the cake. Right. Let's pour this over. We've got Trooper Ale on the go. Iron Maiden's beer.
Simply because your little man.
He's a big fan of Eddie.
He loves to point it out.
Eddie. He does love it. And I'm
just look at me, just looking at the camera, looking like I know what I'm doing. So
natural. You're not going to have any cuts in this. It's going to be what it is. That is how to pour a beer, if you didn't know. Plenty ahead. Let's get some of those juices released. I watched the video that was doing the rounds on Facebook this week about making sure your beer had lots of head on it. So I've gone full on.
Yeah, you've gone full flake mode.
Full flake mode, indeed. Right, let's have a look what's going on here. Yeah, we're okay. We're
all right.
We're moving. If you are out there watching, comment below, let us know you're there. So what flavour is this cake we're making? I'm guessing it's not cherry.
It is devil's. It's called
Devil's Food.
It is just full on chocolate.
Indeed, that is good. So
chocolate with chocolate and a bit more chocolate.
Cheers. So this week we have obviously been releasing Urban Golf. Hopefully you guys have all seen that. That was most fun to record.
And it got better as the night went on because we started off a little bit tame. Just over the road from here, we started off in the car park and we were a little bit quiet because we thought, well, people might be watching.
Yeah.
And then by the end it was just like, right, actually we're just going to take on a roundabout.
Yeah. Yeah, you can almost see our confidence.
With some boy racers going around it.
There was a very good overtaking manoeuvre.
I am pausing it because I don't actually know what we're doing next.
Yeah, well, bring the box over, bring the distractions over.
Mix that, put some oil. See, this is worrying me.
It's American. It's American recipe. You've got all the bits you need in here. No, do exactly what it says in the recipe. Betty Crocker is. I know.
It's going to go under though, not over.
Well, don't go over. Just go the right amount.
God, that's a lot of oil.
Yes, I know it's a lot of oil. That's what it says. So we're doing it.
Right, Betty, you must be right. You've done it for a few years.
You have done it for a few years.
Water. How much water water have we got?
Hopefully lots of water. So while Adam's reading those instructions, let's have a chat about tour. I'm going to cover myself up. It's probably good for you guys. So we're going to go PGA Tour first of all, I think, with our conversations this week.
Welcome to the playoffs.
Indeed. So it's the next round of the playoffs. And as always, they're all there. Dustin Johnson is favourite. Jordan Spieth's just slightly behind
not,
it.
Is he?
Yeah, I know. It's remarkable that he's favourite once again.
Got all my elements.
Everything is there cooking. So I've gone for quite a hardcore crop on this video this week, where actually I'm looking at the iPad and I can't really see who's playing.
Well played. Well, I watched Inside the PGA Tour earlier on, so I know what...
You know who's going to win next week then, do you?
No, I know who's going to win this week.
Okay, go on then, go for it.
Right, I am going to go with Patrick Reed.
Why is that then?
Because apparently he does really well at this venue, and his strokes in putting...
Strokes gained.
Strokes gained in putting this week is good for the season, and the person that has done that over the year in past years has also gone on to win this event.
Fair enough.
So obviously he's going to miss
the cut. Yeah. He'll be on a plane home Friday night, getting ready for the next event.
I've got to chuckle this in the bowl. I'm a bit nervous.
Well, it'll be all right. Fine. Your bowl's waterproof. So I didn't watch Inside the PGA Tour this week.
No, because you were getting my oil.
I was getting your oil. That was what I was doing. Fair enough. Whoa, look at that. Lovely. Get that water in there.
Are you sure, Betty?
I would never doubt. Don't doubt Betty. She's been around.
She's
been about. Bless her. So I'm going to go John Rahm. Been playing really well. I don't know if this course suits him or not, but I like him. I want him to win every week, in fact.
Do you?
So John Rahm for me. Interestingly, I bought Mark Brody's book this week.
Yeah,
I
saw, yeah.
Yeah, so I bought Mark Brody's book and I bought Adam Young's book this week. I've got next week off on holiday, so I'm going to read those while I'm away by the seaside.
You love a read, don't you?
I do, yeah, I do enjoy a book.
I only enjoy it. I'm not a great reader when I'm at home, but when I'm on holiday, I'm all right.
Yeah, no.
I can't always find time for it when I'm at home.
Yeah, it's not always easy, is it? But no, I've wanted to read the Brody book for a little while, and everyone says about Adam Young's practice manual that it's supposed to be really good, and so far it is.
Yeah,
so far very good.
Mr. Crossfield was giving a few of them away.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago, wasn't he? Yeah. So that is looking like devil's food.
That is. I'm hoping them lumps come out of it.
Have you got some decorating?
Yeah, I've got a bit of icing on there
full on.
To see if we can.
Nicely
done. A bit later on.
Nicely done. So how long does she cook for?
25 to 28 minutes.
Oh, perfect. Nicely.
We can entertain the folks.
We can entertain people for that long. Yeah, if you are watching out there, let us know in the comments. Nobody's commenting yet. Get in there. I'm nearly halfway through me trooper. So, European Tour this week.
Pure devil's food, that one.
Pure chocky chock. We have got, again, another good event. So it's the Czech Masters this week. So, Thomas Pieters, his favourite. Jordan Smith, second favourite.
Is he really? That lad has come a long way.
He's had a brilliant year, hasn't he? It's just phenomenal how much he's come on this year.
Is he a rookie?
Yeah.
You've got to be rookie of the year, isn't he?
Well, there's any competition, is there, really? So, West was playing, Mats Fitzpatrick, Martin Keimer. Who else we got? Jamie Donaldson. Yeah, Keimer's around. Thomas Detry. Kira Deck is there. Lipsky's there. And then you start to go into the sort of... Eddie Pepperell. Eddie Pepperell is definitely one at the moment.
Comes out as a great... Honestly, if you don't follow Eddie Pepperell on Twitter, he is so funny.
He is so outspoken. He's not afraid what he says to anyone, is he?
I love the tweet about the course that's quite local to us.
Yeah.
The other day, that was quite good.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We won't go there, but
we won't go there, but yes,
it was quite funny.
A lot of truth was spoken there. So where are we going then? What are you thinking?
I'm going to go with. Oh God, it is small.
It's small, isn't it?
I don't know.
Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
I'm
going to go David Lipsky. I've picked him a couple of times this year and he hasn't.
Lipsky?
I do. I genuinely think he's going to be a big character in
I
golf.
love the way I'm mixing this, like overly mixing it, just to make you think that I'm actually done something. All I've done is chuck something in a bowl and mixed it up.
Chuck a load of stuff in a bowl. Right, have a look.
I'm going to go with the Belgium, that Thomas
Detry.
Detry, yeah.
Thomas Detry. Okay, cool. So yeah, as always, get your comments in below.
Seems to play quite well for a few holes last week.
Yeah, let's just hope we can continue that for a few more.
Right. I think my devil's food is mixed.
Let's transpose it into another receptacle. Don't like this?
All the top chefs have somebody washing up for them, don't they? So if I leave that for Claire, I think I'll get killed.
I'll let you decide what you're going to do.
I think I'll get killed.
So Adam's preparing his tins.
These are great trays, by the way.
Yeah.
Look at these. Look.
Oh, nice.
Cuts the old sponge. I didn't know that because I bought them.
I didn't know that because you bought them. That's good. You didn't buy them today, did you?
No, didn't buy them today.
So have you used them before?
No.
Okay.
Claire has.
She's a
good baker.
Yeah.
However,
she's not very good if
I normally watch.
Not very good if she bakes her own birthday cake, though.
No.
I would suggest it's probably a good idea for us to do that.
Well.
Nicely, it's as smooth as silk. The boy's done it before. He claims he hasn't, but he's mixed some stuff in a bowl before and tipped it out. Nicely done. How's the old oven coming on? It's coming up to temperature.
Oh, yes.
She'll be right. So yes, 2 big events again on tour this week. PGA Tour playoffs again. They're going to cut the field down like they always do.
Oh, I found something out today that's going to be on the Southern PGA, being a Southern PGA
Southern region. Yeah, Southern region.
They're doing an event at Topgolf in November.
Are they?
A pairs event.
Which one? Oh, pairs event. Nicely. Where? Which one?
Chigwell.
That's going to be on the Southern region, is it?
Well, so it says.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, where do we sign up?
Well, you have to register your interest, so I did.
I was going to say, did you? Yes, well done. So I did. On your behalf, well done.
On your behalf, I registered your interest.
That sounds good to me. Topgolf sounds a bit of us.
You don't have to go and collect it, that's a good start.
Well, you don't have to go and find it.
Would you like to sample the devil's food?
I should have a finger of your food. Cool, that's going to be good. So one of those is for Claire, yeah?
Yeah.
The other one's going down our throat. No, that's good. That's seriously thick.
Oh, that is nice, isn't it?
The only problem for me with the Topgolf event is the only one thing I'm good at is not part of it. Unless we're going around the crazy golf course, then I'm seriously interested.
But also, let me just see what number we got to be on. It could be alright because you could putt it off the top tier into the red ones.
Well, I could do.
Always thinking.
Down there for dancing. You could probably putt it off the bottom ones as well.
You do. Is this a fan assisted oven?
Yeah. That's that noise assisting the heat.
160.
160. Let's go. Get it in the oven.
23 to 28 minutes.
Well, it sounds like 25 then, doesn't it, to me?
Very precise. Shizzy.
So yes, we have filmed a few coaching bits this week, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done a few bits. We've gone a little bit. That's sticky.
Get a wipe.
We've gone a little.
Hang on, before you have we got a timer on the go?
No, it's one of the lads will inform us on the screen, won't they?
Yeah. Someone just let us know when 25 minutes passes.
So we've gone a little bit off of what we would normally do, haven't we? We've gone a bit more detailed, I would say, a bit more in-depth.
A bit more theoretical in the approach, isn't it? I think sort of information we think that all golfers need to know.
I don't know how chefs do this.
It's tough, isn't it? In fact, if you were in the British Bake Off now, you would have to be watching that oven. So if you would get down on your knees and just stand in front of it and go, no, it's not cooked yet.
And have melon soup. Oh no, we wouldn't this time round, would we?
No melon soup, no. Noel Fielding though, he's quite funny.
Yeah.
Do like Noel Fielding. Big fan. Yeah, so we've got a series coming up in the next few weeks.
I'm just going to put a timer on.
You do that. Definitely a good idea. So yeah, series in the next few weeks about understanding ball flight. So when you see your ball fly off your club, why does it do what it does? Whether good or bad, it's always important to know, isn't it? Yeah,
and it's one of those, it's just trying to arm you guys with a bit of knowledge in what you're seeing, what that ball flight is actually called, because actually sometimes what people perceive to be one turn or another turn isn't actually that ball flight.
Yeah.
And then it's being armed with that knowledge to take it along if you do have lessons or you're trying to sort it out yourself or
whatever,
or whether you're just trying to gain a bit more understanding of what you're doing, actually to have that information at your disposal to then think, right, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is the shot I'm hitting.
This is why it's finished off target.
This might be why I'm doing it, and maybe experimenting with something, or just going to your PGA professional and saying, this is what's happening, I'm hitting this shape, I think it's this, I'd like you to have a look.
Exactly, can you confirm or deny it? Yeah, which is important. It's really critical stuff that you guys need to know, I think. It's just important information. Anytime you're armed with information, you're going to be more knowledgeable.
I think from our point of view, it's nice that obviously you've taken that time to invest in your game, so you've not just come in and go, look, I'm not hitting it very well.
Yeah.
You've actually taken that time to invest in knowing your game a bit better.
Yeah.
And also, if you know the terminology, it's easier sometimes to explain it. If you like that terminology, we can use that in lessons. Whereas if you don't like it, we can use for example, path.
Yeah.
You would have all heard in to out.
Yeah.
Now, or we could use right.
Exactly.
Or left or whatever.
Up, down,
it doesn't really matter.
No. And again, that's one of the things with golf. It's a language unto itself, isn't it? So many people come into the game, and one of the reasons they're put off is because someone's talking about just a different language. You know, it's English, but they don't understand. You know, par, birdie, bogey, double bogey, all this stuff. Everything has a name to it in golf, doesn't it? It's not just like 1 under, 2 under, 3 over, 4. You know, numbers are easy. People can understand that, but this is a whole different language.
Definitely.
So whenever you can make it simple, simple information, always better. Obviously. We've also filmed a cheeky little tour v small, which is coming out tomorrow, hopefully. No, not tomorrow. I'm completely messed up this week. The bank holiday has completely ruined me. So yeah, that's coming out next Tuesday.
Next week,
yeah. Again, that was the old Hickory.
Yes.
Hickory Dickory fun. That was strange but good.
But it was one of those things. If you haven't ever swung Hickory, it just feels very, very strange.
It is very strange. Ed, I'm glad you went to Rookery Park today.
All right.
So one of our Tolly finalists. I don't like Rookery Park. Well,
it's fairly similar to your place.
I'd agree with you there. It's bloody horrible. It's just, I don't like it. It's 2 fairway bunkers, 2 greenside bunkers. It's just, never really enjoyed it. Probably because I've not played well around there. That's always
it's always a deciding factor.
It's always a deciding factor. There seem to be lakes in the wrong place. But no, it's not my favourite golf course, and it's a long way away from us in West Suffolk.
It is a long drive.
So there'll be a large. What's the word when you have a long line of cars travelling all together? Whatever that is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
See, it's annoying for you now. That's why I've shared that annoyance. Someone help us out. Yeah, when you have a long line of cars. Convoy, that's it. Give me a large convoy.
I was going to say, I was thinking Converse, and I'm thinking that was completely wrong.
I was thinking convent. So yeah, loads of cars in big convoy.
We can move further apart then.
Going from Bury to Rookery Park, 10th of September.
Yeah.
To watch Hambro and Tolly finals.
And I'm coming to your place next Monday.
I know.
So our ladies team are through to the semis. So they will be at.
Was that the 4th? Yes. Third or 4th. When I'm away.
Yeah. So I'll be across to Bury to cheer on the ladies in their semi-final match.
I know. Hopefully, because Bury are in the other semi-final, but hopefully they can both win, because that would be a fantastic day's final. That would be good. Yeah, convoy, thanks.
Got there.
I'm going to guess that you were quicker than us, Ed, because I reckon you would have got that as soon as we were trying to think of it. Sorry.
I'm just doing my Great British Bake Off.
Don't open it.
My Lord! They have doubled in size.
They're rising.
Seriously? 25
Yeah, if you have only just joined us, we're baking a cake.
That's 5 minutes in.
Don't keep opening it. I bet it says in there, don't open the oven door.
No, it doesn't say that. It says check it like they do on the telly.
Yeah, but they don't open the door on the telly, they just look through the window.
Oh, they should open the door then, shouldn't they?
Yeah, if you open it again in a minute and it's sunk half the size,
yeah.
It won't say anything in there about what's actually in. Come here. What's actually in this mix?
God knows.
Well, in fact, you only need
Lots
to add
of cocoa.
oil and water. Was that the only and eggs?
Oil, water, and eggs. I thought that was the safest way to go. I was going to do it from scratch, and then I thought, for £2, you can't make it from scratch. Plus, I'm going to have loads of stuff left over.
Yeah, we don't want that stuff.
It's not like I bake a cake every week, is it?
May contain milk, egg, and soy ingredients. One of the things you have to add is egg. I always think that's quite amusing when they. I always told you which icing to buy, and you haven't.
Of course
you followed diligently.
Of course I have.
Honestly, of course I have. You're a rally driver, aren't you? Of course I have. Tyrone.
Yeah, Tyrone. Great film.
Yeah.
Everyone's watched that. Yeah. Get on it.
Definitely. I'm just going to leave that just there so you can see Betty Crocker's devil food we are creating.
This is a devil's drink. This is lovely.
It's good stuff for Trooper Ale, isn't it?
Yeah, we had that when we were down in Sussex the other week.
Yeah.
Mr. Savage got that put behind the bar for us all. That was a lovely drop all evening.
Nicely done, nicely done. Ed, the shop opens at 7:30 in the morning, as long as I'm there. If you fancy a few holes at 6, let me know. I might play a few in the morning. I've been enjoying me early morning golf recently. Oh, so the only time I get a chance to get out.
I enjoyed my late evening golf the other night with my taxi driver.
Yeah. Driving the buggy for you?
Yeah. So
nicely done.
That was all right. We played very nicely. If every time Claire turns up, I play like that. She's have to become full-time.
She's in charge. Yeah.
Which is worrying.
Oh,
as we nearly came out of the buggy twice.
Hopefully she didn't come out of the buggy, hopefully she was driving.
No, she got hold of the steering wheel.
Send you out.
I was still thinking, oh no. It's when you go, oh my ball's there, and you nearly go out that side with it.
You're not used to being a passenger, are you?
No, I'm not.
That is the problem.
I'm not.
Oh, stream complete. Oh, we're back.
Resumed.
That's bizarre.
It's bizarre.
Very strange. Very strange. So yes, anything else the peeps need to know?
I don't think so. Apart from, what else have we got coming on in September?
Well, we've got an Adele fitting day.
Yes, we have.
At Bury, where hopefully we're both going to be able to get a chance to get fitted for an Adele putter. We've been really looking forward to doing this fitting process. We both know a couple of people that have gone and done it, and say the process of fitting putters is amazing.
Yeah.
And they do things a bit differently. You know, like they prescribe a round grip, which for putters is unheard of.
Yeah.
You know, they're one of the only companies that kind of prescribe that as such. But
and obviously with things like that, and with the counterweighting in the top, and they've got an insert that's pixels, so they describe it as pixels, don't they? So it's like little circles across the face, and they do it with mirrors and lasers and everything. So it'll be really, really interesting to get fitted and see what they've got to say. Yeah,
go through the process, see what comes out, and see if
it'll be interesting to see. From my point of view, it'll be interesting to see what they say for you.
Yeah,
because I've known you an awful long time, but I've known you putt well with 2 putters. You had a yes putter for a long time, and I would say the only reason you had it was because of the name on the bottom.
Yeah, definitely.
It was your wife's name.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you putted well with that, and then that disappeared, and the marksman arrived.
Yeah, and it carried on. Yeah,
and
that's the marksman's been around.
You bought it on
5 years.
You bought it on a
Norfolk swing. Yeah, from
swing.
Sheringham. Yeah, 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
So I've only ever known you putt with, or I've probably known you putt with more than 2, but like on a long period of time, those 2 have been around longer than most.
Yeah, definitely. And the S putt is still about. It's still in the garage. It just hasn't got grip on it for some reason. I don't know why there's no grip on it. I picked it up the other day and was like, Why is there no grip on this putter?
Yeah. And I've just got that centre shafted putter that, and really, really liking it. Like I've played a couple of rounds now where I've putted remarkably better.
And it'd be interesting to know
whether that's aim point.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think that's related? A lot of that's aim point related as well?
It might be a little bit aim point related. I like the fact that I haven't got to worry. I don't feel like I've got to worry with it centre shaft. I don't feel like I've got to worry about closing.
Right. No. Okay.
And just sort of line it up and almost hit it with the bottom of the shaft.
Yeah. Just point and clip.
It's I don't know. It's a bit weird.
But that's that's what you want, isn't it? You want to be able to stand there and go, yes.
And I went to East Hearts Golf Club the other week. If you're in the area and you haven't played East Hearts, go and play it. It's a great mix of holes. It's not the longest golf course you'll ever play in your life, which is nice. Mm-hmm. It's nice and refreshing.
It's nice not to go somewhere and be
bullied. But the greens were immense. Honestly, it was like putting on snooker tables. They were so good.
Cool.
I went and played in the Captain Pro Challenge for the national qualifier, and our captain had 16 feet for par on the first, and he had 16 feet coming back. They were swift. They were lovely. It was one of those days where if you put the ball down, you stroked down the line, you thought, well, if that's missed, that's me.
Yeah.
I like those greens. I don't mind how quick they are, as long as they are true as you like.
Yeah, as long as they
were brilliant. Really good golf course. Really, really good.
Good. How long have we got left on the timer? Most importantly.
3 minutes.
3 minutes till cake time.
That's only 15 minutes, that.
What's that?
That was only a 15-minute timer.
Oh, right. Well, don't do that then. You've got to make sure we bake it for the right amount of time.
What does it say it's going to be? What does it say it's going to be like in the middle?
It's going to be cooked in the middle.
Until a rounded knife insert to the centre comes out clean.
Yeah.
I knew that, obviously, from my days in the tent.
Yeah, you would imagine, like, and for him showstopper, he's going to be using a Betty Crocker and a ton of oil.
And they don't ever see them with their timer on their phone, do you?
They should do. They've all got these fancy timers that go bling. Yeah, that's no good at all. Just need a phone. They're too busy tweeting, aren't they? That's why they can't use their phones. Rubbish. So yes, Adele, good.
Yeah, and then obviously we've got a little trip lined up as well.
Yep.
To, run-of-the-mill golf course.
What's that? Woburn?
Yeah. Bit of run-of-the-mill, isn't it?
A bit run-of-the-mill. That's gone offline again. Oh, resuming. Not sure what's going on here on the old stream. It's bizarre. We're back. So I wonder if that's going to cut. I'm just going to watch a bit of the replay. I'm going to see if that cuts out. Yeah, that's
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes on the time.
I
don't understand this.
So yeah, we are going to go down to Woburn.
Yeah.
And do
some bits with Jamie Donaldson.
Aim point with Jamie Donaldson, which will be great.
Yes.
I can't wait because obviously you've done 2 sessions at the club.
Yeah.
Neither of which I've been able to get to.
No.
One I was teaching, and the second one I was playing Captain Pro Challenge, which is sod's law, isn't it?
Yeah, always.
But it'd be great to get down there. Their short game area is incredible.
Yes.
We'll hopefully do some short game bits when we're there as well.
Yeah, we're just going to spend a day filming.
We're just going to spend a day just cramming in as much filming as we can get in. Like dawn till dusk sort of thing. If he says we'll meet you at 11, we will be there.
Yeah.
For like first light.
Yeah.
To get going.
Yeah, exactly.
So look out for those guys. We will be coming at you. We might be aim pointing with an Adele. You never know.
I don't think we'll be aiming point with Adele. Hopefully, when we go to Woburn, I think their build time's quite a wait, isn't it? Was it 5 or 6 weeks on a build? But yeah, I don't know. I'm not ruling out the possibility.
I'm not going to rule it out because for me, it's one of those things that like I was sort of suggested this centre shaft option and tried it a bit out there, and then Rick Shields is now live. That's
see you later, guys.
Controversial.
He's obviously seen it. I bet he's not baking a cake.
I bet he isn't.
Yeah, but that'd be funny.
Not one this good.
No, I bet it won't be that good.
But yeah, it's one of those things with Adele. Like if they were to say something and go a certain way, and the results were better, a bit like anything.
It's
a bit like
results driven,
testing those Ping G400s the other day, just because I didn't like the look of them. If they outperformed everything I'd ever had,
yeah, straight in.
Get in the back.
Exactly. And I'm just intrigued to see. I'm really intrigued to see what head shape. Okay, and why?
Neck shape as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. Obviously, Adele. There's so many combinations of putter you can
there
get.
Is, yeah.
First time has done. So 22 million combinations they've got of putter that they can build for you. Holy moly! We having a test?
No, we're just gonna
swap shells.
Yeah, we're just gonna give the folks a little
preview on the preview show. Look
Any
at that.
good? Yeah, we will swap them, Joey.
Yeah, I reckon that sounds like the baking thing to do. Bottom one's not as much done.
A bit sloppy in the middle, that one.
No, it's not done. You don't want to slide your old knife in there yet. Nicely done. Lovely.
Cool, they do smell good.
It's not the first time you've been called a master baker.
Not by you.
Not by me, anyway. No. Nice. That smells good. That smells seriously good.
You do realise that you're not getting any?
Oh, no. I'm not expecting any.
Just to explain that in advance.
Oh, it'd be too hot to eat anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Might be too hot to ice.
Well, it won't be. Not straight away. Leave cake to cool. Pop the top. It's ready to use.
It's not, is it?
It's not. That's what it says. It's ready to use.
It's this bit that's going to...
Stir the icing with a rounded knife. Spread or pipe on your cooled Betty Crocker trademark cake or cupcakes for an instant beautifying treatment.
Need a bit in between as well.
I'm always one for an instant beautify. Definitely.
Just going to see my...
What's your favourite new Titleist starting, Ed? Well, good, interesting point now. We had the Titleist rep today phone up saying to book a time to come and show us that.
Yeah.
Next Monday. Brilliant.
Cracking.
You're away. I'm away. So we won't be seeing it next Monday.
Apart from that, it's a great idea.
Yeah, so hopefully I've already laid some seeds that hopefully might leave us a couple of sticks to have a demo with. We shall see. It might be one of those where we have to go and travel to St Ives to try them potentially.
It's not really a long drive.
It's not far for us. No, we went there the other week and it's not far at all. So yeah, I do like the look of the new AP2.
Yeah,
I have had a set of AP2s in the past. The MBs look stunning. We know that the CBs are a good club.
However, shall we compare them to the ones that I like this week?
What are the ones you like this week? MP18s.
Yeah.
You're a Mizuno boy, aren't you? You do like Mizuno.
I'm not being funny. You can't, beauty-wise, you can't compare the two. Ed, tell me I'm wrong. If you can tell me...
What, between the MB?
If you can tell me that Titleist Blade outlooks the MP18...
Some people will think that, though, because looks are so subjective. Looks are so subjective.
Hi, George.
Some people... Yeah, even George. Some people will argue that the G400 looks better than the Blade. How can you say it isn't? It's just art, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just design. If you like the look of something, you like the look of it. It's just handy.
I'm a Mizuno man.
You are. But then, fortunately, there are other brands out there. Ooh. What's going on here? We've got a lot of buffering going on tonight. I think there's a lot going on. I think the cake's disrupting.
Cake's obviously taking it away, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's just... Never mind.
We shall see.
So yes, George, you've been seeing you pictures with trophies in your hands recently. What have you been winning? How's the handicap coming down? All that sort of stuff. I know Ed has been maintaining his handicap for the Tolly.
Yeah? Is that a good way of putting it?
It's a very good way of putting it. He's...
not playing in anything at all.
Preferred... Exactly. There you go. That's another way of putting it.
Yeah.
Preferred putter grip size. We've been through this before.
For me, I've just gone back to... So I've tried numerous grips over the years. Standard feels like I grip it too tight.
Standard size, yeah?
Yeah. So, and then I go up to something oversized. So say like a Super Stroke 2.0 or 3.0. And I feel like it gets too big. Yeah. And also, I'm not a huge fan of it being thinner at the top and fatter at the bottom, like the Super Strokes.
Mm-hmm.
So I've recently gone back to the Pistol GT from Super Stroke, which is obviously a pistol shape in a number 1 with a counterbalance weight in the top. So it is essentially a mid-sized grip for me.
Yeah.
And you've been a bit strange, have you? You've gone from like massive to really thin back to massive again. Yeah, and it doesn't really matter to you, does it? But you have got some big old mitts on.
I have got big hands. I've got one of the straight putter grips at the moment, the Tour SR Contour straights, and as long as it goes in between this bit and this bit of my left hand, and I feel like it's in there, I'm happy. I'm with a putter grip. I don't particularly like Super Strokes. Yeah. I've never used one, so I can't properly comment on it. But I always feel like as soon as it gets the slightest bit wet, it's going to be so slippery. For me, I don't know.
I don't mind that Pistol GT is not too bad because there isn't much. It's not too spongy. I know what you mean about the whole grip bit though. But for me, because I'm left hand low, I think as soon as it's thin in my right hand, it just feels a bit.
Just feels odd. Right, so we've got a few comments coming in. George, played against the lad from your club when I played against Suffolk. Who did you play, George? What were you, under 16s? You play Max Adams or possibly one of the Weaver boys, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what age group you play, George. You playing under 16s or under 18s? Let us know. Ed's got the AP2s, who's back in Titleist there. And Ben is saying, how is the cake? The cake is looking good. Lovely.
And it's smelling really good. It is
smelling good. It is a nice smell in here this evening with that cake going on. So yeah, all good. Well, Will, I think his name was, blonde hair, good golfer, got revenge over me this time, lost 2 and 1. I won last year 3 and 2. Will. What age group are you, George? Are you under 16 or under 18? Don't know. Don't know any Will. Blonde hair is either Max Weaver or his brother Tyler. They're both blonde. Teddy Hall is blonde as well. Where's all the ones we've got? Is that a rounded knife? Didn't it say rounded knife?
Might just be a pokey one.
Pokey one. I don't know.
I don't know if I've got a rounded
I don't know where you read it. Yeah, until a rounded knife inserted into the centre of the cake. Rounded. Just a normal, like, knife and fork knife.
Excuse me, guys.
Moving in. Nicely done. How long's the old timer got? Don't have long.
No, it's not long.
Oh, I'm excited.
Dangerous.
We're going to quickly cool it down in the fridge so we can ice it quicker. I've had the most annoying cough like the last week. I think I'm dying. But not that I'm being a martyr about it.
Onset of man flu.
Onset of man flu. So Ben, are you looking forward to Adele? Adele and Aim Point seem to be one with me at the moment. Yeah, are you looking forward to seeing the Adele fitting day? He's got himself a slot booked.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait to see what they come out with. I hope it's something that I like the look of.
That would be my thing.
Yeah. And I think that's got to be, surely that's got to be part of the fitting process. It's got to be something that you enjoy the look of as well. What's he saying?
Notice that's what's wrong with the Super Strokes. They're a bit more slippery in the
Cool. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for verifying that. I always think that the guys on tour that use Super Strokes, A, they hardly ever play in the rain. And B, they probably get it changed every week or every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it stays.
So it's just brand new. Obviously, most of us don't have the opportunity to do that, do we?
Yeah.
Under 6, and so I reckon that's Teddy, a Max or Tyler Weaver. I reckon under 16s because they were both with us in under 14s, really. So they've just been moved up. I reckon George. Yeah. There you go. Yes, so Suffolk County Trials, 10th of September. Got a few littlies going for the under 12s, which I help with, which is quite interesting. A lot of talent. Interesting to see how they all get on in the next few years. You got club championships. Your place in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, 16th, 17th. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, it's a bit longer then.
So yeah,
so
we've got about 3 weeks, I think.
So when's auction? Is that the 10th?
10th, yeah, the weekend before.
Is that on the 10th? Must be the Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. So for our club championships, everyone gets auctioned off. So each player has a spiel read about them.
Yes.
Written by our head pro Steve Hall. So yeah, not read out by him though.
No.
So he writes it and then
gets someone else to read it.
Yeah, they're not game enough to read it out himself. Which on some occasions is probably best.
It's a great event, the auction. It's a bit of fun, it's social obviously, but the best thing about it is obviously everybody that's playing wants to know what Steve's written about them. Yeah. And about their mates and about their playing partners. Yeah. And obviously it is a good chance to raise a bit of money. And
everybody gets bought for a certain amount. That player can then buy them half of themselves back. Something when I was a member I never wanted to do.
What's that? Buy half yourself back?
Yeah, I never wanted to tempt fate if I was on it.
Yeah, there you go. It's one of those, isn't it? There's plenty of people that have...
Yeah, I never wanted to tempt fate.
I remember buying the winner one year who won the gross and the net, and he didn't buy half himself back. And
why, thank you.
I was very happy that he didn't. So yes, yeah, he won. He was lucky enough to win the gross and the net prize, which meant I collected all the money, which was lovely. Nowhere near done yet.
Well, I wouldn't say nowhere near, but...
his name was James. Oh, right. He was from Bury. James?
What are we going back with now?
George said he played someone from Bury when he played Suffolk and his name was James. I can't think
of anybody at yours.
No. Very looking forward to Adele fitting. Agreed on the looks, but I'm thinking simplicity will have its own beauty. If I hold butts, I don't care. Exactly, Ben. You're right. Spot on.
Most important. I remember I had that. When I had that tailor-made itsy bitsy. Yeah. That was not the most fantastic looking putter.
I've never looked at the look.
But then I putted okay with it. It got me through my playability, and then the head fell off.
Yes.
And then it never looked quite right again. We glued it back together, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it just never quite looked right.
Yeah, you only need to be... Think with a lot of these putters...
Because they're set on with laser, aren't they?
They do come... I always think they all come back slightly in the shaft, don't they? But if you don't get that completely right and it comes back at a funny angle...
Yeah, it never
just sits
every
right.
time I put it down, I was just like fiddling with it. For the next couple of weeks, I was just like, no, that's got to go.
We had a lad, you've seen it, the one wide
that
we had in the shop, and the lads had like 2 or 3 big head-offs with it, and it's just bent, and you just can't sit it right. It just cannot sit straight. And so we've played about with it, and we've tried to make it fit. And it's just
2 balls always sit like that to me. Every time I sit a 2 ball down,
do you think it looks closed?
Yeah. I want to just shove my hands forward.
It's interesting.
A long way.
There's 2 people I know that use a 2 ball, and both of them pull their putts. And I it's only two people. It's a tiny, tiny data set, I know, but for me, it always looks like it points left.
Every time
I sit it looks down, like you feel like you want it.
You know when it sits on the deck, if you put it on a hard surface, to me, it always feels like it wants to do that as it sits on the floor. I don't know. It definitely doesn't.
No, because there's plenty of people that run lots with it.
But every time I put it down, it's like, oh no, it feels too sharp. The Vokey wedge.
Yeah, nice. So you going SM6s, or are you going to wait for the new ones to come out? I'm excited for SM7, see what they do with that. Which grinds did you get in? We got 48 and 53. I'm guessing an F grind. What did you get in the 58, George? And why? What grind fit did you? How did you go about the grind fit? I'm really intrigued by people that have wedge fittings, because do you go by what the manual says, or do you play about? Did you do a blind test? So one of the things I always do with people when I do wedge fittings is, when you go around the green, you hit those little tiny pitchy, like really small chip shots. It's just to do it blind, where they don't know what grind they've got.
Yeah, see, that's the way I'd prefer to do it. Like for me, short game, love short game. Yeah. But for me, it's a touch and a feel thing. It doesn't need the shaft and this and that. No. It needs to. For me, I want to be able to see that I can sit it flush. Yeah. Leading edge sits nice and close to the ground. Yeah. I want to be able to open it and it still sit fairly flush to the ground.
So you need a bit of relief in the heel.
So I need a little heel relief if the bounce allows. But I still want, preferably, I want about 8 to 10 in bounce on that back edge, so that when I hit a trap shot with it, I know that I'm not going to dig a hole.
Exactly. Yeah, you're going to come out the other side.
So I would prefer to do it blind. Won the Junior Millennium Trophy. +3 gross and finish. Down 17. Oh, not the greatest finish, but at least you still won it.
Yeah, definitely.
A win's a win.
A win is a win, and you'll always remember that.
6 over, you'll know next time you're in that position, you'll push past it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the good thing about having those situations. I had a lad that I coached today. He's quite early on in his golfing career. We did some putting yesterday in a lesson. And he came off and he said, look, I've had 1 3-putt. Bearing in mind, he was nearly double digits 3-putts the time before. So the bit we worked on, fantastic. However, he had a 13 on one hole and came in with a net 75.
Interesting you say that, yeah.
So he had a 13 in a medal. Now, that's going to kill anybody's score. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
That is going to kill your score. So take that away, and he's had a really good day. And the part that he's been working really hard on has actually gone. And I said to him, did it feel like somebody had hit fast forward?
Yeah. And
he said, yeah. He goes, I can't even tell you what happened on the hole. And I've made that in the past as well. On the second at Southwold, I made a 10 in the Suffolk Pros Championship. And I couldn't tell you any shot I hit, apart from the first shot I hit into the bush.
Yeah.
And the putt I hit to make a 10.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you any of the other shots.
But that's just brain,
but
isn't it?
the next time you get into that situation, all of a sudden that whole thing comes running back to you, and you will react differently. So sometimes you need to learn that as well.
You only ever learn from mistakes. The best way of learning is from mistakes, because
100%.
If you don't make the mistake in the first place,
you'll never know how you're going to react.
Exactly. Funny you say that. We had a junior that he had an 11 on the 14th at Bury, which is par 5, and had a net 73.
Right.
And I said, oh really? That means you'll get a handicap cut. And again, he's very new.
You saying that's clean?
Really? Yeah.
Just go a bit more? Or?
I'll give it a couple of minutes more. What's it going to do, Bird?
Yeah.
You do have to watch it. I'm not letting you take your eyes off it for 2 minutes. So he had 11 and got cut. Because that 11 gets taken down to what would have been a blob, which would have been a 9 for him. So he cuts 3 shots off. So he got cut. Actually got cut 0.4, which meant he went down from 22 to 21.
Yeah.
And he didn't know it. And it's like, well, actually, you've always got to keep going. Yeah, to have a net 73 off your handicap is...
That's what I said to this guy today. It literally, he had a 13 followed by two bogeys straight after, which on 12 and 13 at our place isn't disastrous by any means. And I just said to him, it was good that he didn't let that carry on and go further and further through the round, which is good.
Right, George, M grind. Very good. Similar. So that's what sort of thing that you choose, isn't it? That Mickelson grind. Not that it's called Mickelson grind. You're not allowed to call it that, but it's the M grind. Yeah. Actually, I think L is the Mickelson grind in Vokey. Actually, I think M is just the horseshoe one, isn't it?
Is it?
The multi grind, so you can open it up.
I would like that. Grind. I would always like something in a more lofted wedge. Something I could be really versatile with. Because for me, I only played 2 wedges, so that bottom end wedge for me has got to do a lot. Which is probably why I choose it that way. I've just got new wedges actually, they're nice.
Yes, I've got a new wedge this week as well. 64 degree.
Oh, you went for it, did you?
I've got the 64 degree Mac Daddy, the Mickelson one.
Yeah, with the big toe.
Yeah, so I've been experimenting with that this week. And
they're good.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I was surprised that it looks funky.
Yeah, it does.
Especially when it's open in the bunker.
It does take some getting used to.
Because I'm used to laying it down in the bunker, and I'm hopefully one of the reasons for trying this 64 is that I don't have to lay it down as much. I can play it a bit squarer. So, we'll see. But yeah, first impressions that it's hard.
Yeah.
It feels very hard off the club face.
And mine have gone the other way.
Yours feel very soft.
I've just got some new Mizuno wedges sent through. I've gone for the blue cobalt finish. We'll review them coming soon. So, but they feel from the last set of Mizunos, which is hard for Mizuno to do, they feel softer.
Interesting, isn't it? There's obviously something in there in the sound or something that they've done.
Yeah, it's all optics, isn't it?
Yeah, there's all something they've done.
Optics and audio and what you see and what you hear is
all feel, isn't it?
Very, very much feel driven. I'm getting quite concerned about this cake.
Get it out if you're happy.
I'm not happy.
Well, as long as you ain't got a soggy bottom, look out. Oh, cake me up, baby. That's clean. It's clean as a whistle, that one.
I'm sure that.
Yes, cake time.
I'm sure the peeps want to see. Look at that.
Look at that.
All the best cakes ever split down the middle.
Nice. As Tony Gray would say, stick the car keys in that one. So how long did you... It's gone on a little bit more than 20 minutes.
It has. Perhaps the oven's not quite up to standard.
Well, we just want to make sure it was cooked, didn't we? I think that was the most important thing.
No one wants to bite into that tomorrow. Because I'm taking it to the in-laws, you see.
Are you? The in-laws to be?
In-laws to be, yeah.
And them's getting married. Next year.
Yeah.
This time next year.
This time next year will be...
It'll be done.
No, it won't.
That's September, isn't it?
October.
Oh, no, definitely not.
You're coming.
Why?
You know.
When I get an invite, I'll be there.
No one's got one yet.
No, exactly. That's why.
Seeing who's... After Christmas presents, we're seeing who makes the cut.
Yeah. Well, I've sat here and watched you make a cake, so I think that means I'll get an invite.
Finally drying racks, but all...
Drying racks? You want to get it out of that, don't you?
Well, you're not right this second.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah. Get out of the beer over there on the go. It's in the fridge.
No. Fridge will warm.
Guys, if you haven't tried this beer, this is one of my favourites at the moment. It's over on the left-hand side at Sink Meat. This is non-alcoholic. I know a lot of you are going to turn off at this point. Non-alcoholic, but isotonic. And it's the recovery beer of choice of marathon runners, which I'm now claiming to be one of.
You're not claiming when you are.
I am one, yeah. But I've done it again.
That is shocking.
That's not. That's the way it's supposed to be poured. According to the Facebook video that I've watched all week, got to release the gases, because otherwise they end up in here and you get bloated. Apparently, I don't know. Next week,
what you do is drink that.
I thought it was a solid grind. Yeah, M grind is good. M grind is good. I've got an S grind when I've always got fitted for Vokies.
Yeah.
But K, we've sold a lot of K grind, which is the big fat one.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people.
Good for bunker play, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think for people that don't necessarily have loads of control over their landing point, it kind of skids a bit better. And
you know, like, it's one of those things with a lofted lower end wedge. You're either buying it for two reasons. It's either getting you up and out of bunkers and trouble and bits and pieces, which that grind would definitely do.
Yeah, definitely.
Or you're not confident in that end, and again, that's gonna help you with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Also,
cake is out.
It is out. Not overly disappointed. They look alright at the minute. Just look like two big brownies, really.
Two big brownies. Yeah. Devil's food. Right, George, who do you think for the FedEx? Well, I said Ricky Fowler when we were chipping with Hickory Clubs last week. But he wasn't really at the races last week.
Well, he was for a little bit.
To start with. But I don't know, I think it's quite open. I haven't actually had a proper delve into it, into where the points sit at the moment.
Who do you think, George?
Yeah.
And we'll go with you.
You're more knowledgeable than we are. I think you can't. It's difficult to look past Dustin and Jordan. I think they are the two best players in the world at the moment. I think you can argue a case for one or two others, but I think they're definitely head and shoulders above at the moment, which is worrying for Ryder Cup next year, because we never like.
Yeah, well, it's one of those though. I think with Ryder Cup, it's one of those that it never really matters.
Our world rankings don't matter, do they? But
so we've got Dustin Johnson number 1, Jordan Spieth just behind, Justin Thomas, Matsuyama, John Rahm, Ricky Fowler. So,
but you just look at that. You look at that top 9 there, and 7 of them. Well, top 10, 11. It's the top 11 there. That's a pretty awesome Ryder Cup team.
Yeah.
For America.
Johnson, Spieth, Thomas. Well, no, can't have him. You can't have him.
No, but you can have the rest of them.
He's ours.
Yeah, but you have the rest of them though.
Beautiful. Yeah, Fowler, Koepka, Berger, Hoffman. You can't have Vegas. Kisner.
What's Vegas? He Canadian?
No,
Mexican?
he's Venezuelan, I think.
Is he South American?
Good
but
knowledge,
yeah,
wasn't it?
It's good knowledge. But you had a couple of wild cards into that mix, and that's
John Rahm is good because you can come across into ours. And Paul Casey's at 12, so he's ours.
Yep.
Are they going to be able to qualify this year? Off of this, I never get that. I never get how an international player, a player from England, say, or Spain, that plays on the PGA Tour, why can they not qualify?
Because they have to be. It's not a European team. It's a member of the European Tour.
Just let him
join. Let him join. Should have lifetime membership anyway, Casey. Who are you going for then?
Who's going to win it?
Yeah, who's going to win it? How many points is available each round?
Well, now you're asking.
Well, I am. I need to know this. This is important information.
Give me just a few moments, caller. Your call is important to us.
How many points are available in each round? That's what I need to know. Betty.
No idea.
No idea.
FedEx Cup home. Let's try that.
That'll be it. How many points are available? Well, I reckon the last one will be double. Jordan Spieth, the guy's a magician. He is a magician, you're right. He's, yeah. His thought process is ridiculous. Yeah, you're not wrong there. He's one of the strongest mentally strong players, isn't he?
FedEx Cup points.
That's how many they've got. How much is each event worth, please? Yeah, the way Spieth went about winning the British Open this year is definitely a lesson that everybody can learn from, isn't it? The way
he picked the golf course apart. Points distribution. Here we go.
Had his process and he just stuck to it and just was relentless. Phenomenal.
Apart from the point where he asked his caddy how far we've got to go when he was on the practice ground, and he went about 200. Because I really haven't taken a reading from here all week.
No.
A PGA Tour event. Oh, there you go.
So what's it? Additional? What are the FedEx? What are the playoff events then?
Nothing.
Okay, so what's top then at PGA? What's the top?
So PGA Tour event you get 500.
Yeah.
World Golf Championship you get 550. For a major you get 600. Additional events you get 300.
So let's say it's about 500, 550. And what was second in there?
It was 200. So let's go back.
Alex Noren will be great in the Ryder Cup, I hope. I think, yeah, big fan of Alex Noren. If you haven't seen Alex Noren's YouTube, he hasn't posted anything for a little while on his YouTube, but go back and have a look. He is
Hits
awesome.
Killer flop shots.
Killer flop shots with 5 irons.
He stands there like that, and he hits a flop shot over his shoulder into the range bay behind him.
And the bloke, yeah.
You try and do that.
Yeah, that's not easy.
I've worked at a driving range for quite a while, and that is difficult.
Yeah.
Even on
a cheap mat.
On a night where no one's in, and you think, I'll have a go at that.
So Dustin is 600 points basically ahead of Jordan, who is another 1,000 in front of Justin Thomas. So it's got to be between them two, I think. Can't be looking much further back than that. Ricky Fowler needs to win 2 of the events, I think, at least,
They've
to
got
catch
a
up.
seriously bad week at that point, haven't they?
But they won't, though. They don't have bad weeks. That's why they're up the top there. Hey, Kate, how are your trays doing?
They're doing all right. So I haven't got anything to pour them out onto.
Oh, you must have. What? What's that over there? That.
Yeah, we'll just...
Have a look. Bear with.
It's always in the cupboard that's in the way.
Oh, bang.
Oh.
They're all right. Everything's moving. Oh, stand by your beds.
No.
Yes, this Erdinger alcohol-free beer is lovely. It is lovely. Especially when you let it overflow like I'm about to. Look at that. Judged to perfection.
Right.
Aha, success. Get him on here. I want to see him. Not so close that I'm going to knock him over, obviously.
No. Which way up, Jerry?
Which way up? Whop him in there. Yeah, whop him out. Whoosh. See what the bottoms look like.
That's pretty good.
If I'd have known you were coming, I'd have baked you a cake.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with myself.
Oh yeah, good. Betty will be very proud. I think you should tweet Betty and say, look what I've done.
Look at that, look. That's alright.
Yeah, devil's food. Whereabouts?
Moist.
Yummy.
Beautiful.
Well, she should be very proud.
Beautiful.
Jason Day's been atrocious this season, but to be fair, his mum wasn't well at the start. Yeah,
he's got other things going on in his life, and understandable.
We don't always know. The commentators don't always pick up on what's going on in.
You don't always know the full story either.
No.
Like, he could have to be doing an awful lot of different things that he's never had to do or thought he'd have to do in his life. So
yeah. It's not. Yeah. There's a lot more to it than what you see when they're on stage.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And they're on stage. Let's say they play 18 events a year, so they're playing 4 rounds. And you just don't know what their media commitments are, what their sponsorship commitments are.
That's it.
And that's bottom line is that's still work, isn't it?
Look at Stenson. Stenson's even come out and said, look, since he became a major champion, he did not know how much that involved to be a major champion.
Yeah, and your shelf life as a pro, you don't know when you're going to get an injury. You don't know. You know, this is the whole argument with footballers and how much they earn and all that stuff. If you've got an opportunity to earn 20 million by wearing a watch or whatever, you've got to go do it because that's guaranteed money. You don't have to play well. You don't have to beat anyone to do that. That's been given to you. What that does do is it comes with commitments and pressures that detract from what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
it's
that balance.
I have a bit of a gripe with footballers, but it's just a personal thing. But I have this gripe with footballers, and it really sunk home last night. If anybody watched the thing about the Manchester attack last night on the TV,
no, I didn't watch that.
There was a couple of bits in there where some surgeons went to work, and they've gone to work for 14 hours on one person in one go. Yeah. That guy should get £250,000 a week because he has just saved somebody's life. He hasn't kicked the football around, and I understand their entertainment, and they entertain a lot of people, and a lot of people love that sort of thing. However, that person has just saved another person. Yeah. That person should get £250,000 a week.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They are seriously skillful people.
But and the whole thing is flawed, isn't it? But and the bubble will burst. Right? At some point, the bubble will burst.
Yeah.
When the oil people take their money or whatever happens. But for the time being, if you're sports people and you're good enough and you've worked hard enough to get there, then you've got to reap the rewards.
And sometimes people, like I've just said, it's per week, and it's not per week because they've given up. They might have given up their whole life and sacrificed a lot of things to get to that point. Yeah, so it is a lifetime's work, and I know it is with golf. It is that lifetime's work to get to that point.
And when a footballer stops at the age 35 or whatever, there's a long time from then on.
Yeah.
So I know. I'm not trying to justify how much they earn because that is mind blown, isn't it?
It is, yeah, like ridiculous.
Proper mind blown, yeah, definitely.
Ridiculous, but
it's the way of the world. Yeah, so yeah,
if we could earn it, we'd probably take it.
Back to your point, Jason. Before we started wandering off of George about Jason Day. Yes, he has been fairly atrocious, but he will be back. He's too good a golfer.
Yeah.
Not to succeed again in the future.
He does go after it fairly, doesn't he?
He does rip it. He does rip it real hard, as we like to say. Real hard.
It's alright, this.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, if you haven't had it before, definitely worthy of a trial, of a test.
Oh, it's a tonic.
Are we going to the British Masters? Probably not this year. It's a long way north for us.
Too north.
It is a long way north, and obviously I'm going to have another child very imminent.
Yeah.
If not, probably arrived. Oh, well, hopefully arrived. It's October, isn't it? Hopefully child has arrived by then.
Yeah, otherwise...
Potentially, I'll be on.
Half's going to be proper grumpy about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'd be allowed to go that long. We would have been snipped out by then. Potentially, I might be on maternity leave though, so might not be working. Might be able to watch it on 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Is that like statutory?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Spent 2 weeks in hospital with the last one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not.
Hopefully not this one. No, that was pretty stressful in and out. But no, British Masters been the last 2 years. Amazing. If you're going, you'll love it. It's fantastic.
Close House does look very, very good.
Yeah, what was Westwood?
Really want to go up and play that.
Westwood put some pictures on his Instagram or Twitter about it this week.
Really would like to go and play that.
Well,
I think that's somewhere we might have to gravitate to.
Might have to go to at some point. Yeah, there's
be an excuse for it. Weekend away.
Yeah, excuse for a weekend away. I think British Masters is going to grow and grow as long as Sky keep supporting it, which I think they will do.
I think it's just turned into a really good event. Whether you watch it on the TV, whether you go and don't actually. And I've known a few people that have gone and not actually been on the course that much.
No,
because there's been so much to do in and around the village and with the master classes that they do and bits and pieces. It's just a great event for everybody to go along to.
Yeah, I mean Grove was brilliant last year. Loads of stuff going on at Tented Village. Pro-Am Day was great. And it was literally 10 minutes down the road from Topgolf. So you could go and enjoy yourself in the evening. We went to Topgolf on the Friday night after watching it. It was great. You watched the golf all day. Packed. Well, Topgolf's always packed.
Yeah.
But it was great. And hopefully it does keep travelling around. Because I think one of the best things
it's good.
We've got so many lovely golf courses in Britain, and there's so many that can host these sort of events that have either hosted tour events in the past or built for like East Sussex National that we went to a few months ago. It was built for the European Open, and they held it there for 2 or 3 years before it was a WGC event, and then before it kind of changed. But it was a big setup. It was built specifically for that. Yeah. And a lot of people wouldn't have played.
We watched some of the seniors tour earlier on, and they were at Hanbury Manor.
Yeah.
So that's just down the road from here.
Yeah.
So probably about 40 minutes away. And again, a great golf course. I've only ever played it in the winter time, but some of the golf course gets quite flooded and bits and pieces gets quite soft underfoot. The greens were so good when we went.
Yeah.
So then, again, that's another course that's set up, the infrastructure, hotel on site, big driving range, everything there.
Yeah, everything, facilities there for the players,
and that's the thing that they liked about the Grove, wasn't it? It's the infrastructure that goes with the golf course. It's not the fact that it's just a golf course and it's a fantastic golf course. It's the fact that there's a 5-star hotel bolted on the side with a gym, with a spa, and it's away from everybody else.
There's so much more to them. It needs to be a golf course that can house spectators. It's Woburn. The reason Woburn built a new course was because they weren't gonna be able to host events on the Dukes anymore because they just wasn't big enough. They host seniors events on there, but they don't have the amounts of people through the door. George, 3:30 car journey on Saturday to Close House, leaving at 5 a.m. 3.5 hour car journey. So that's a serious day trip. Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah.
But why not?
You go up there, you enjoy it, you'll be buzzing the whole way.
You'll be able to sleep on the way home because you won't be driving back, so somebody else can do the driving. Got Peter Hansen's ball. Peter Hansen, good golfer. Big, he's huge, isn't he? Huge bloke. A lot of them are. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's just anytime you get to watch live golf, it's a great.
That experience there just explains everything. Just like being able to get up and close, personal. That's why the events that I've been to. If we go on like Pro-Am Day, you can get so much closer to them and actually they do interact with you when they're not in competition mode.
You've got to remember that competition has got to be serious. It has to be serious. They have to be focused on the job at hand. And if they get sidetracked by photographs and stuff, it's not going to help.
Andrew Johnson. Unless you're the beef.
Yeah, but I think some of that is that's just his personality.
But that's it, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, of course it is. It's amazing. Let's just hope that he can actually pull out some more victories to ratify
kick on a little bit more,
Yeah, but he's done well in America. Just to get his PGA Tour card was very good last season.
And his RV sponsorship.
Yeah, they're still going to be piping, aren't they?
Well, not too bad.
You can ask them.
I don't know.
Are you gonna layer them up?
Yeah, I'm going like the picture.
You're
going sponge. Icing sponge and then icing over the top.
So you're going to cut a bit of one of the sponges off to level it, so you can put the other one on top.
No. I'm going like that, and then going on this bit, and then flipping the other bit over.
Oh, so you're gonna end up with
a bottom
top. You're gonna like a macaroon.
Yeah, it's going to be like a burger. Macaroon was probably a little bit more artistic.
You're a burger. Daniel Berger. Nice.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, I don't know what them lines are on the bottom. Probably just the oil.
Just a bit. Just a bit of the oil.
4 pints of oil that we put in it earlier on. Disgusting how much oil went in that.
There was a lot of oil went in that.
Bearing in mind, we don't actually have oil in our house.
No, I had to dig some out and bring some over.
I was looking around for it, and I was just like, I don't actually think we have any.
Don't think we have any.
But it's always good.
It's all good. It's going to be good. This cake's going to be good. What time's she back? You're going to get it finished before she comes back.
Hopefully.
Right. I think it is probably time for us to disappear. If anyone's got any questions, get them in. I'm just trying to see how far behind we are in the old streamage here.
How far are we?
I don't know.
Guys, it's been nice to be live.
Yeah, we haven't been live for a little while. Life gets in the way, doesn't it? And Sundays and stuff. It has done
during the summer. Summer's been brutal.
So summer's been long and
it has been.
Looking forward a bit to sort of kids going back to school is going to be good for me because I've been real busy with juniors, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I love the junior stuff.
Go the other way for me.
Yeah, I
go kick back into life now.
Yeah, because you teach within. I mean, we both teach within the school, but yours is a proper, full-on, much more committed every week.
Timescale wise, yeah. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to getting back into the whole routine of coaching the guys and getting back amongst the program and getting in there. So that'd be good.
Yes. You got anything new? Any big changes for this curriculum? Do you know yet?
In terms of
just delivery, anything sort of changes in schedule, or
I think I'm gonna try and make it really sort of really not looking at technique. Really make it skills based a lot more this year. So make it high, low, left, right.
Yeah. How to do that?
Yeah, how to hit it. I want to hit it long because all of the kids love to just stand there and just rip it.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to do. They're not always that great at chipping and putting, but that can come later on. But I think with the little ones, we're going to work on speed and power because you can't necessarily always teach somebody to do that. You can just encourage it.
Guide, exactly. And allow it. Just allow it.
Don't worry about easing up on it. Just rip it.
Whack it.
So we're going to go on speed, power, and we're going to go on high and low and trying to avoid some stuff as well.
Yeah, it's the way it's got to go. Skills-based, motor skills, basic physical movements.
Yeah.
bit of competition. I love competition.
Don't get me wrong, we will be grip.
Oh yeah.
Grip and stance, bits and pieces. There will be some small fundamentals in there because for me, like everything is geared around that.
The grip's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can get so many different outcomes from this.
Yeah, from that club face.
So yeah, as you'll see from our videos coming up. They've been interesting to film, haven't they?
It's all good fun, isn't it? It's all good fun. I loved it. You know,
our props are good though.
Yeah, we've gone all out with the budget for this video
not being
series.
Funny. The budget has gone through the roof.
George says, "Good luck with the cake."
Thanks, George.
Yeah, I'm going to put on. If you guys don't already watch, subscribe to any of our Instagram, social media type channels, Adam will put a picture of the finished article on there, please.
With a cut the slices out of it.
With a big bite mark taken out of it. What could possibly now at this point?
Nothing
what
can
could
go
possibly go wrong? It is cooked.
Yeah. Well, we hope.
It's cooked. You did. Just keep the box and say,
yeah,
look.
Well, if the knife came out clean, we're good to go.
Refer to 42 minutes into the stream when I checked the cake.
Yeah.
At that point, it was cooked.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. It looks
good.
Right.
So we'll put a bit of icing in the middle in a minute. Get on with ice in the top, and hopefully it'll all be done by the time her ladyship gets home.
Yes, and hidden, so she can't see it.
Oh no, she knows it's coming.
And she's going to see it today. You're going to present it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, if it's finished.
If it's finished, you
If
better
not,
crack
I'll
on.
have to get up in the morning.
You better crack on.
On that note.
So yes, thank you very, very much for watching, and we will see you very, very soon.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
No. See you soon.